Hello, Miss Patty and Captain Mac. My name is Stephen McElroy, and I also go by Mac. I'm 21 years old, from Petaluma, California, and I go to school here at Central Washington University, where I met Alicia Jackson, a good friend of mine, and she told me about this job. So here I am, talking to this camera, which is a little weird, but I'm super excited to begin this process, and I know that one of the ways of doing that is by video interview. So here it is. As far as working on June 1st, we get out of school on June 5th, so I wouldn't be able to be up there on June 1st. And September 30th, I have my cousin's wedding on the 26th of September and would not be able to stay as late as September 30th, but pretty close. And then spending $1,000 per day as far as to visit you guys, the customer clientele. I mean, I'm working here on a horse ranch, and on a thoroughbred horse ranch, and these horses are, upwards of, $2,000, $3,000, per horse, and we're boarding a few that are paying, $600 a week in order to, keep their horse here. So I definitely have an idea of the customer clientele paying that kind of money. I'm applying for the deckhand position, and as far as my knowledge on the job description that I've learned through you, Miss Patty, and Alicia, and also the job description, is that, it's early mornings, 5:30 in the morning, and long days, and day after day it's a grind, I know, but I'm willing to work every day, and I know that you guys have a meeting, I believe, at early in the morning, right before we actually go out on the water, and in order to, I guess, organize things. And but as far as prior to that, I guess I would be, loading up with bait and tackle, making sure the fishing pools, everything's organized, and make sure that the boat has gas, oil's checked, and then we set out on the water. And as far as when a customer catches a fish, I'm sure that I would fillet it on spot, I'm assuming, because I don't know if you guys have vacuum seals or you guys throw them in coolers, but I think part of the job entitlement would be filleting fish. So, and yes, I have filleted fish before, only trout, but no big halibut yet, or salmon, but definitely same principle. So I have an idea, but I could definitely, of course, use some practice. But that's something that I'm looking forward to. So then making sure the boat's clean. That's the last thing. Making sure it's scrubbed. I'm sure that it does get dirty with a lot of fish being caught, and so yeah, that's probably the last thing before the day's end. And then as far as past experiences leading up to this job, I've fished most of my life, here and there, mostly rod and reel and lake fishing, some fly fishing, and some boat fishing. I've caught bat ray, which kind of suck because you're pulling plywood up through water. I've caught tiger shark. Actually never caught a salmon, but I've done some boat fishing, and I have an idea what the job entitlement is, and what kind of what goes into actually cleaning the boat. So now, as far as the neat appearance, no big deal. This can come off. This is just for winter, even though it's pretty nice here right now. So I think it's going to come off here pretty soon. So the beard is only for the winter, and it's only seasonally. Now, Sportsman's Cove Lodge makes a full year's revenue in 3.5 months. Wow! First of all, that's pretty impressive, and I understand, from reading the employee handbook, that it takes a lot in order to get the clientele that you are getting, because it sits upwards to 240,000 advertisements in order to get the clientele that you are getting. So I understand the extent of what it takes in order to keep and get the clientele that you are getting. Now, as far as days off, no big deal. I worked last summer with my uncle doing construction, and we'd work 7 days a week, and that was partly voluntary because I needed money in order to pay for tuition. So I'm no big deal on that. I can definitely work every day. Let's see here. A situation where I became frustrated or impatient. I'm definitely my patience has grown since working here at the horse ranch because Roger Hoff, he used to own a bar in actually in Ketchikan named the Frontier Saloon, and he's my boss. So he's told many stories, and he's been dealing with customers throughout his whole life, and he can definitely talk. So there was points where you have to be somewhere, but he'd be talking, so you kind of gotta bite your lip and clench your jaw together and kind of smile and kind of cut him off sometimes. But you're also there's times where he gets you and he can tell stories, and you do gotta listen, and you do become impatient sometimes, but you just gotta, like I said, bite your lip and you know I guess just deal with it. So as far as dealing with a irritated customer, let's see here. I worked with a Christmas tree farm, and we had our own trees on our lots, and people would come from San Francisco in order to have the experience and cut down their actual Christmas tree by hand. And by 4 o'clock we would put the saws away, and by 5 o'clock we would shut down. And this lady comes from San Francisco with her son, and she wanted the whole experience, cutting down her tree. And she was talking to one of the inexperienced employees that I was working with, and he was saying, no, that we can't let you cut down a tree. It's already past 4 o'clock. And I came up with a saw in my hand and said, I'll walk you out there, and we'll have your boy cut down a tree, and you'll have the experience that you need. But we are running short on time here, but I think we can make it happen. So and then in the future, about a week later, she actually posted a review saying, "Oh, what great customer service," and I'll be back next year. So that was really rewarding, and it kind of put a smile on my face. So let's see here. Dealing in a situation with what you wanted to say didn't come out as how you thought it would be, I guess. Honestly, I don't really recall one time where I actually had this happen to me. I'm sure it has, and I know it has, but I can't recall one time where it really stuck out in my mind. Now, dealing with a situation that when that arises, it's just about moving on and keeping the conversation going, and making a connection with that person after that. And I think that's one thing that's one way I would deal with it. Now, I should be considered for this position because I'm hardworking. I have the ability to adapt, learn quickly. I'm good around people. I'm comfortable around people. I can talk. I'm positive. I always am re-encouraging people, and there's never a dull day in my life. So I think that's one thing that I enjoy every day, and I enjoy being on the water, and I think I would bring a good aspect to this team. And as a baseball player, most of my life I've been working as a team and working with the team, and it's kind of one of those things where like I said to you before, Miss Patty, is that you only are as weak as you're only as strong as your weakest link. So I definitely understand that a team needs to be a cohesive unit, and I definitely understand that it takes everyone in order to have great customer service. And I thank you for taking a look at this video, and I hope you apply or take a look at what's I guess consider my application, I guess. So thank you again for looking at this video, and I look forward to talking with you shortly here. Thank you.